Pershing II Deployed is a pretty good event for the Soviet player in the game Twilight Struggle. It will certainly be annoying for the US player to deal with, so we will take a good look at it now here on Legendary Tactics. Pershing II Deployed is an event card that the Soviet player will likely be able to make good use of, but it does depend on the board situation. And for the American player, this is an event card that, in a lot of cases, unfortunately needs to be mitigated. Let's take a close look at it now. Pershing II Deployed is a Soviet starred 3-op late war event card. Triggering the event gives the USSR 1 victory point and allows them to remove 1 US influence from up to 3 Western European countries. For the Soviet player, this is a pretty neat event overall, reminiscent of the Socialist Government's event. Its effectiveness depends on what the state of play is in Europe and in the game overall. Obviously, if 1 victory point is going to help you win by auto-victory, or perhaps by the War Games card, then by all means, take the event. Other than that circumstance, the next best use of this event is as a headline that opens scoring opportunities in Europe. Take the victory point, reduce the influence of the US in 3 countries, removing their control there, and then follow up with the European scoring card in your first action round. If the US player over-controls their holdings in Europe, this play won't be effective. The advantage this card might have is that most US players simply don't remember it's there, and so may leave Europe vulnerable to this play. Another fun combination is to headline this card and follow up with socialist governments as a first action round play. Although in theory this gives the US the first action round coup, the American will likely be scrambling to repair Europe instead. If the US player neglects to do so, feel free to move in and flip a battleground country or two. If the event is otherwise ineffective, you're better to take the operations points instead of the 1 victory point, as you can likely do more with those 3 ops to improve your score. For the US player, this event is annoying. Mitigate it in advance by over-controlling your battlegrounds in Europe, and maybe some non-battlegrounds as well if you have European domination to protect. If you get it in hand and haven't overprotected your European holdings, you can offset the damage done with the operations points provided by the card. But if that's the case, you might as well send it to the space race instead. The space race might give you victory points instead of playing this event as a dead turn, which will cost you 1 victory point. Remember, this is the late war, and every victory point matters. If you have overprotected your European holdings, you can safely play this one for the operations points. Just make sure that you use them well to offset the 1 victory point cost. So in summary, this is a decent event for the USSR. It can be played any time, but keep in mind some of the nifty combos that I mentioned earlier, and consider it as a headline. If you're not going to get much advantage from it, then take the operations points. For the US player, you can take this for the operations points as well, as long as it's not going to damage your position in Europe. If it will, then send it along to the space race. This has been our analysis of the Pershing II Deployed card in the game Twilight Struggle. We hope you got some value out of this video, and if you did, please take a moment to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Thank you for watching. This is Legendary Tactics.